The Mount Royal Cougars men's hockey team are headed to Colorado this weekend to take on some of the best college talent the NCAA has to offer. The Cougars will hit the ice for 3 straight days of high-intensity hockey to prepare themselves for the season ahead. Cougars forward Cam McLeese says that this trip is an important piece to get the team to start the season off right.
I think it's really important. It's a good opportunity for us to get down, see some teams we've never seen before. Obviously, the NCAA is really good hockey, and for CIS teams like ourselves, it's great to get down and somebody we can compare ourselves to and see where we sit as far as college hockey goes.
The first stop will perhaps be the most challenging for the Cougars, a matchup against the Denver Pioneers. The Pioneers have been consistently one of the best teams in the NCAA throughout its history. Denver has won 7 national championships, which ranks the Pioneers third all-time in that category. 75 Pioneers have worn NHL jerseys, including Joe Colborne, Paul Stastny, and Tyler Bozak. That number continues to rise. 6 current Pioneers were drafted by NHL teams, including the 23rd overall pick in last year's draft, Henrik Borgstrom. Even the Pioneers' head coach Jim Montgomery played in the NHL for 6 seasons. Gilling says that the dominant status of Denver will carry over into this season.
You look at their team last year, they're one of the top teams in the NCHC conference, which is one of the power conferences in college hockey. They made it to the Frozen Four, and they lost in the Frozen Four to North Dakota in a very tight game. So they're really one win away from playing for the national championship. And then looking at some of the news in the preseason polls, they're already ranked number 2 in their conference, and they'll be, as such, one of the top 4 or 5 teams going into the season in the entire country.
The next stop is against the Pioneers' arch rivals, the Colorado College Tigers. Winning 2 national championships of their own, Colorado plays Denver every year in the Battle of the Gold Pan. The Tigers have produced elite NHL talent in their history, including the 14th overall pick in the 2010 entry draft, Jaden Schwartz. In fact, 30 Tigers members have donned NHL jerseys. This elite status goes beyond the players on the ice as well. Current Colorado head coach Mike Haviland won a Stanley Cup as the assistant coach of the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010. Gilling has pinpointed where exactly the Tigers squad excels at.
And it's going to be speed. It's going to be the big difference is everybody from top to bottom, and all those teams' lineups can skate. They play with a lot of energy. And even more specifically, it's going to be the defensemen. The defensemen are very mobile down there, and they can all skate and move the puck. So, but in saying that, that's the one thing we try to push with our one team is to be able to play with some pace and energy. So we're hoping if we can match that we'll be okay in these games.
The last matchup features an extremely athletic opponent in the Air Force Falcons. Led by head coach Frank Serratori, the Falcons' military background propels them into constant high-paced 60-minute play. Rob Godfrey, the manager of athletics at Mount Royal, played against the Air Force Falcons during his days at Holy Cross. Godfrey expects that the high-intensity play the Falcons brought years ago will continue to Monday's game.
They're going to work hard. Coach Frank Serratori has been there a long time, and their MO is a hard-working, relentless puck pursuit hockey team. Playing against Frank and his teams, and then shortly thereafter transition into my coaching role at Holy Cross, it was no different, and I don't expect it to be any different on Monday when our guys are coming through Cadet Ice Arena to play those guys.
While the goal of winning the hockey games during the trip is a high priority, team bonding will be an element the Cougars will also be focusing on. The hockey squad will be touring various locations like the Air Force campus and will overall be traveling together as a team. Cougars defenseman Emerson Hernick knows what he and his teammates are looking forward to the most.
Definitely get some good meals in us there. I know Bird always treats us to some nice steakhouses and such. I think we're going to a place called O'Malley, so I know the boys are pretty excited for that.
The men's hockey team won't be back in Calgary until Tuesday. For the MRU Cougars, I'm Jordan Magnuson.